Hello everybody, I want to do a video about aliens today, alright? Because I heard a while ago about the Tic Tac UFO. Now Ross Coulthart has come out and he said that he knows 100% that the Tic Tac is man-made. It's made by Lockheed Martin, right? And I was like, okay, alright. Fair enough. That's what you say. Whether I believe it or not, I haven't really thought about it too much. I think my initial thought was, oh, gutted. Because I want to believe. Right? And what I would say to the Tic Tac UFO, if it is man-made, like how much footage and how older footage have we been seeing of this thing, right? Have you seen this thing move? Doop, 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 like vanishes. Why on God's earth haven't they put a missile on that yet? Right? Imagine that thing being in war. Nobody could stop it. Nobody. So it's like that, to me, it's like if we had the technology to do that, guaranteed they're going to put some sort of weaponry on it, right? So today's video, I want to show you some videos and photographs of aliens. And let's, like I say, keeping our finger on the pulse. And I wanted to, first of all, start it off by, for you to listen to this guy called Kevin Trudeau.
What would happen to societies if an alien went on TV and said, "Hi, I'm Zotar from the planet Murtok. Glad to meet y'all. And we've been around for a long time. And by the way, Yahweh in the book of the Bible, well, that was my ancestors," and so forth and so on. If people saw a real extraterrestrial and said, "This is my spacecraft, let me show you what it can do." If people saw that, what would happen? And it's not pretty. And this is why they say we're not ready yet to fully reveal. The good news is that it's getting better. These reports are showing that society isn't going to crumble. People aren't going to jump out of buildings. People aren't going to start crying. People aren't going to stop going to church. People aren't going to start rioting in the streets. Oh, I don't have to be moral anymore because there is no God. The big fear years ago when you looked at these reports, and I've read them, because in our group we had to know this as well. The idea was people are going to say there is no God. That means there's no sin. That means there's no punishment. I can do anything. The only punishment is what I get on earth. But I'm not going to hell. And you could have some mass chaos. Now, certainly we have punishment here, so that'll still keep things in bay. But there's a lot of issues as to why Zotar is not coming on and saying, "Hi, let me show you my star map, and here's my craft." Because when that happens, all the governments around the world have to know, based on the studies and the reports, that we're not going to have a mass calamity.
Man, I was thinking of so many things to say there along that, but I just wanted to make it play off, right? I agree with a lot and I disagree with a lot, but at the same hand, I agree with it. Like it's okay. So first of all, you and me, we are in this world of, I assume, unless you're just tapping in to go, "Oh, what's this UFO and alien thing all about?" Well, welcome, okay? But you and me are, we are in tuned with this world, okay? We have an understanding, a basic or intermediate or advanced, whoever you are, understanding of UFOs, the world that we live in, disclosure, aliens and things like that. You have a belief or not, or whatever it is, but you have an understanding. And I think sometimes that we can be in this little bubble sometimes, because when I speak to strangers and things like that, or I introduce myself, or what do you do? I'm a YouTuber, or what do you, when I talk about, I look into ghosts, they go, oh, do you believe in ghosts? And then the other half is aliens, and they go, oh. And it seems very alien, right? They go, oh, like it's either, oh yeah, I'm into aliens and UFOs, or it's like really sort of, really? Like, you know? It's not as much. And now at least I feel like we're in a position where we can actually talk about aliens without you being like thrown in a bloody mental house. Yeah. So where he says, are humans ready for that? We've got to step outside the bubble. We are ready for it, obviously, but are other people, right? And when it comes to religion as well, when he said, like, I've always said that was have a huge knock-on effect to religion. However, there's one thing that I sort of disagree with, where he says that the repercussions could make people do bad things. I have an understanding that whether there is a God or not, the religion or not, aliens or not, I think people, regardless of all that, the only people who do bad things are people that want to do bad things, regardless of a religion, regardless of a God or the consequences. I think most people, as default, are pretty much good human beings. They're pretty good. So I don't know. I mean, Christ, there's enough wars and torture and God knows what, even with religion and with the understanding that we've got of where we've come from and whatnot. So I'm not too sure about that. I'll pass it over to you. I think there might be a few that go, "Whoa, fuck it. There's no consequences now. Let's go out and do X, Y, and Z." But I think those are the type of people that do that shit anyway. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I've not put enough thought into it. I've got to be honest with you. But it's a huge thing to think about. So I wanted to, with that in mind, I wanted to just show you some videos, okay? Here's one that was on X, and it's posted by Just. And this person says, what you're about to see is the only footage out online that shows the body of a dead EBE, extraterrestrial biological entity. The footage was recorded in Quebec, Canada. The people that found the body were on the snowmobiles when they stumbled on the body. You will see them use heat lamps to warm the body. They proceed to hang the body up using rope, sticks, and take pictures of it. What the hell? You will see long fingers, no sexual organs, and the same ridges on the torso you see in pterodactyl bodies. The head is bigger than the regular human. The eyes are very big as well. The nose is very small, almost looks non-existent, and no visible ears. I don't know what the body was doing there, but it froze to death, meaning there was either a crash or the body was caught in a storm and froze to death. Pay attention to the long arms, fingers. They are extremely similar to pterodactyls. I think this is the only case where the actual alien body can be seen full, almost intact. UAP. Oh, okay, that's a tag. Look at this. Just keep your eyes focused on this shape and the eyes and the look, okay? Right, and also this ridiculous looking arms. These ridiculous looking arms, okay? Because I'm not being funny. If I was going to make something, I would not make it look bloody ridiculous. Mate, it's something about it. There's something about this, right? And when you see the videos that I'm going to show you and the photos, this becomes a little bit even more like believable, right? Notice the color as well. Notice the color. Now, we're going to get back to that in a second, but I want you to listen to this as well. This is posted on X again from somebody called Onasa. And remember, the whole point of me showing you this is because I want us to keep the finger on the pulse and understand where these UAPs are coming from. They're not just things flapping around the sky, right? Potentially, maybe. Okay, 1954.
So here's what happened, Art. In 1954, President Eisenhower met with the Greys to abduct a very small number of persons that in exchange for advanced technology from the aliens, and we would be periodically given a list of those persons abducted. We got something less than the technology we bargained for and found that the abductions exceeded by a millionfold what we had naively agreed to. And when we first became aware of this, we protested to the little gray being that we held in the captivity at the YY2
Skinny Bob, maybe, is that?
-2 facility at Los Alamos. We found out that the Greys are cybernetic organisms, glorified robots, if you will, who work here at the behest of their employers, monitoring us through abductions. So here's what happened.
Right, mate, this seems so like you and me have mentioned this so many times, right? And I know that I have. I've said about like an agreement that we had with aliens, and they then all of a sudden we get all this technology and stuff like that, you know? Right, I'm going to show you another video in a second about a lady who she's one of the 15 scientists that have gone missing or died, right? And she's talking about, I think, P51s or P25s, whatever. It's present, and the number is how many thousands of years forward, like it is. I'm just looking at our current state of where we are trying to make robots with AI. Imagine where we could be in 25,000 years' time with AI and robots, mate. This is like... And people say we are the alien, like, just... This is just crazy. This is crazy. I know I'm chatting a lot. I know a lot of people get pissed off at me chatting a lot, but this is my channel, and this is how I think. This is how I try to express myself, and so far it's bloody working. All right, but I'm passionate about this. Right, listen to this.
So the ultra-terrestrials, I'll just tell you, the ultra-terrestrials, I think. Have you heard of the P52s and the P47s? Do you know what that is? They're us from the future. They're from here. They are you. They are me. They're from here, from the future. P47 is present plus 47,000 years. P52 is present plus 52,000 years. And basically there's a calamity, right? So there's like a apocalypse scenario in the near future. It wipes out most of like everything, man. And there's the ones that go underground and survive.
Like the bunkers that a lot of these billionaires are making right now. What's his name? Facebook dude?
Right. And then there's the ones that somehow stay on the surface and miraculously don't die.
So imagine our tech in 52,000 years time. What? Listen to this chick. UAP Wixie, right? The UAP Wixie, the tall whites are honestly trying to help us. But they are so advanced, so far beyond even a human ability to even say how would you extend your mind into timeless, find problems, neutralize problems, change the present, the past, and the future. Linda Moulton Howe, Earth Files, speaking on the knowledge of abilities the tall whites have, the Charles Hall learned when being with them out at India Springs, Nevada, USA, between 1965 and 67. Listen to this.
Are supposed to be spiritual. They are supposed to acknowledge souls. They are supposed to have families. They are supposed to love their children to the point that they would stop a human heart in an individual because they can control brains. If you crossed a certain geophysical line that has been established, this is tall, wide territory. And at the same time, I have been able to interview a man who was a manager, now retired, in an aerospace corporation, who said, Linda, I worked elbow to elbow with a tall white. He said, you can feel the energy that comes off of them. And then he said, the closest thing I could possibly say to you that would give you a sense of what it is like to work with and communicate with a tall white extraterrestrial. He said, it's like being with a human who had 5 Cray supercomputers for a brain. And then he said, the tall whites literally project their mind into timelines. They are honestly trying to help us. The tall whites are honestly trying to help us. But they are so advanced, so far beyond even a human ability to even...
I'm sorry, but I'm just... It's like we're just chimps trying to understand. Like, it's like a human trying to talk to a chimp. We're like this going...
How would you extend your mind into timelines, find problems, neutralize problems, change the present, the past, and the future? And that's what the tall whites do. How do we communicate when we have been kept so dumb and blind for millennia? And now it's really important, because the whole future of our planet may rest on humans beginning to learn how to know anything about the tall whites. The Nordics, one man who was in the Air Force said, people should at least be told that the Vikings, that were considered to be one of the greatest gladiator-type fighters on the planet of Earth, Linda, those are full-bore Nordic ETs. The Vikings of history were full-bore Nordic ETs on our planet, known as great warriors. Why can't we know this as a fact announced by the governments of the world? Our history is not exactly what you think, and we're now going to start educating you for real.
Yeah.
How are we going to get out of this 2020 to 2030 decade?
Mate! What the... Is that why you've got blue eyes? Is that... Because apparently some dude had blue eyes and he went round loads of bloody women, right? And that's why you've got bloody blue eyes, because of that dude. Was that dude a bloody Nordic? The women just looked at and just went, fuck, he's fit. Right? Imagine. Mate. And the Vikings and stuff. Imagine, man. Imagine. You could make some kick-ass movies about this, couldn't you? Eh? Imagine the movies. Come on!
Tumultuous politically, seismically, every other way. If we are not told the truth.
Right, okay. So this dude here, he starts talking a little bit. I'm not going to watch the whole thing because it's 5 minutes, but he starts talking about the Greys, right? I don't know what his name. You'll be able to tell me.
Angelic stuff doesn't account for the totality of the phenomenon.
Yeah.
Because, I look at the gray alien faction. Again, I'm very, very persuaded that faction is real. And you have the little grays, people think are automatons of some kind, maybe artificial intelligence or something. I like to think of them as cybernetic clones, cybernetic clones. And they're, to me, from my perspective, they seem to be clearly created by the insectilins, what Dr. David Jacobs describes as insectilins, the mantid beings. In my estimation, that's the biological species, the organic species, and they're making the little grays. And there's not just little grays. I mean, there's big grays too. I mean, from ufological lore, at least. But the little ones are the ones that come to retrieve the abductees. So that's a faction. And so when I say these things and I talk about angelic beings, people conflate the two. Like they think I'm saying that the grays are the angelic beings. I am not. I just want to make that
What do we
clear.
think the grays are?
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no idea what gray aliens are, or where they come from.
Yeah.
Are they crypto-terrestrial? Are they, by the way, you mentioned something really interesting, the antediluvian hypothesis that maybe some people from like an Atlantean civilization escaped and maybe went off planet or under the earth. And then now they have this advanced technology that they developed a long time ago and they're still here. Right. I love that idea. I don't know if it's true, but I find it intriguing. I find it intriguing. Yeah. Now, one thing I think we can say about the grays definitively is that wherever they come from, they have bases here now.
Yeah.
So let's say there was a forward operation of grays that came years ago. Well, they established bases a long time ago, just like we would. If we were coming, by the way, for a hostile purpose, we would come and we would establish a forward operating base. And in anticipation for more of us coming later, right? And so those forward operating bases would be
the moon, the ocean,
established in the areas that human beings would least look for them or be able to discover them, which would be at the bottom of our oceans, underground bases. And certainly at this point in time, I would say that it's much more likely to be true than not. Let's put it in very generous terms.
I mean, there's been lots of talk about alien bases being in the sea. That representative, he said that there was humongous UFOs, the size of like a couple of football pitches, going 200 miles per hour underwater. Like what? So maybe. Look at this. Now, remember at the beginning, I said, keep remembering the face. Remember the face. Now, when I first saw this video ages ago and I saved it, I was like, I don't know, man. This looks like a bloody, I don't know, a bit fake. But then something happens on this video that caught my eye.
A homeowner was hearing strange noises at their back door and decided to set up a camera to film what was making the noise. This is what they captured.
The title says, real or mask? And I'm thinking, it could be a mask. But watch closely.
A large, bulbous-headed figure looks in through the window. It has large black eyes, a flat...
First of all, that thing moves very much like the alien interview, right? Video, which I'm going to show you in a bit. Its head movements are very much like that. Very like almost, I gotta say, animatronic. But look at the eye, man. It fucking blinks, dude. Or dudette. It blinks.
Nose, and a small pointed mouth. These features resemble the classic depiction of an alien gray. Experts are divided over the footage. Analyzing the footage frame by frame, it could just be a mask, but the creature blinks several times. Is this an elaborate hoax or a real encounter? A homeowner...
What the hell? Because those black eyes, right? I've seen videos of them where they take the lens off. It's actually a protective lens. Would you need to blink if you had a protective lens on your eye? I suppose you would, because it'd be us having contact lenses, right? You still blink with contact lenses. Listen to this person. More evidence. More evidence. Well, evidence. Stories.
I got into the command post. The senior master sergeant in charge said,
"There's been UFOs in the pattern all night.
They're on radar. The tower had seen them. They got in aircraft reports and so on. And that one had landed or crashed at Fort Dix. An alien had come off the craft and had been shot by a military policeman and apparently was wounded and was heading for McGuire. Our security police went out there and found him on the end of the runway dead. And I'm prepared to tell the story in front of Congress. An alien had come off.
Hell? He's prepared to go to Congress and say this. It's mad, man. It's bloody mad. Now, this picture here apparently is aliens from the Roswell. And remember what I said earlier about look at the colour of the skin. Look at these things. Is that AI generated? Look at the colour in comparison to what I showed you earlier. Right? The eyes again. Literally looks like what we've just seen. Why is it always depicting this type of thing? Look at it. Look at it. It looks so darn, like, there's something about it, man. There's something about it. Newly circulating images that allegedly show Roswell aliens are gaining significant attention online, with many people noting similarities between the figures in the photos and the long-standing descriptions of beings reportedly recovered after the 1947 incident near Roswell, New Mexico. The images appear to resemble older archival style photos that have surfaced in the past, which has led some viewers to believe they could be connected to material allegedly recovered after the Roswell incident. Supporters of the theory argue that the resemblance to earlier descriptions of small humanoid beings adds credibility to claims that evidence of extraterrestrial life may have been documented but kept hidden for decades. However, official explanations from the United States Air Force have consistently stated that the 1947 crash involved a classified surveillance project rather than extraterrestrial technology. Investigations later identified the debris as part of the Project Mogul, a top-secret balloon program designed to detect Soviet nuclear tests during the early years of the Cold War. Despite these examinations, the resurfacing of the alleged images continues to spark debate and curiosity, bringing the renewed public attention to one of the most famous UFO stories in history. Whether the photos represent authentic historical material, misidentified imagery, or modern fabrications remains unclear without verified sources or expert analysis. And look at this, look. Imagine if this is real. This is, mate, if this ain't fake, we're screwed, right? Look at this. But imagine if it is real. Look at it, man. And I'm not being funny, man. I'm not being funny. But their theory is that these things can come in and out of like our realm, going through portals and shit. Now, how many times have I reacted to top 5 paranormal videos of ghosts and stuff, and we see babies like touching and pointing and talking to these beings, and you can see almost like a something, like a shadow, bastard or whatever, like touching the baby, like the hand or something like that. Maybe this is like he's turned off the bloody predator camouflage stuff, or he's actually, I don't know, man. My head's going crazy. Look at this. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, just checking the baby monitor and seeing that. Mate. Do you remember the Brazilian alien, like the Brazilian Roswell incident, right? In 1996 in Virginia. Look at this, right? Because obviously we've seen the documentary. I mean, I've even interviewed James Fox, and like these 3 girls saw the alien, and then the other one was captured. But okay, so what is this then? 1996 Virginia alien. This thing, man, It's exactly the same as what was depicted by the 3 girls. And the picture that I'll put up on the screen now. It's exactly the same. But the only difference is this thing seems a lot smaller. I think the girls said that this thing was about 4 foot or something like that. I can't remember. I think it was about 4 foot. You see that then? You'll see it clearer in a second. This video is like the original footage, apparently. It's a lot better quality than the ones that I've previously shown before. He does like a close-up, then it zooms out and you can see it a bit better. Look. Here we go. Mate, that's the Brazilian... That's the Brazilian alien. That's it. It will zoom out now and you can see it even better. Mate. This is the best bit. Look at that. Look at that. It's the alien. It's the Brazilian alien. Is that the one that was crashed and someone saw and then later on they retrieved? Or is that another one in the same location? That's crazy. Truth poll. Alleged obscure alien footage posted in 2013 on YouTube, allegedly filmed in 1982 by 2 military investigating a UFO crash site. Word on the UFO streets is some ET Grey's races are artificial intelligent bionic beings made by higher beings. Right? Look at this thing. Again, artificial intelligent beings. Look at that. This is weird as shit, mate. These look so similar, all of them. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. I'm just wondering, like, why their heads are so big. It must be something to do with storing all of that information in there, all of that, like, intellect. Look at it. Look at it just walk it off, mate. What the hell? And then this one that I've shown ages ago. Footage emerges showing a real encounter with an alien being in Barcelona, Spain. Look at this. This just looks so realistic. In my opinion, this looks realistic, mate. There's another footage as well of them just like shaking hands. Now, remember when I said those arms look bloody ridiculous? The first video that I showed you. Now, because of that, this UFO video seems a little bit less crazy, right? Look at this. This is clearly years ago. I've shown you this. I've shown you this before. And I've shown you it before AI kicked off. So this is either CGI, but it's just, man. Can you imagine somebody in their bedroom going out their way to make a near damn perfect CGI mapping, like, masking, all this shit. For what? For what gain has this person got made? Right? Look at the state of these aliens when they pop out. When you look at them, you go, oh my God, this looks ridiculous. However, it looks similar. I know I'm chatting a lot, right? But it looks similar to the ones that we saw where they hang them up on the fence to take photos. And also the stupid photo that Dr. Stephen Greer released of an alien, an ET. See, it's just that bit. It's just that bit that throws it for me. It's just a little fucking white burst. That's what throws it for me. Like that. But then look at this light up. Look at it all light up. That's amazing here. It's an amazing bit of detail that just goes up beforehand. What? Oh, look at the stupid arms. Look at the stupid arms. Look at them. Like the first video. Stupid bloody arms. And CGI could do this when you're zooming in like I don't know, man. Skinny bloody Bob. Remember him? Mate, this is why I wanted to show you, just to say, hey, look, I know we show a lot of UFO videos on here, but don't take your finger off the pulse. All right? Wow, that went on longer than I thought it'd be. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did like it and you like this sort of stuff, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.